Hi, John Talley here with Partzilla.com. Today we're going to be working on our 2007 Honda TRX400 EX, specifically the brake calipers. What we're looking at is this front right one has developed a leak, and it's not coming from the hose, so that tells me it's probably the seals on the inside. So what we're going to do is remove the caliper, pull it apart, take a look at the bore and the seals and the piston to see if we can rebuild this one with a new set of seals or if the entire thing needs to be replaced. So let's get started. Okay, step number one is to go ahead and drain the system of all the brake fluid that's in there, which I've already done. Fairly simple procedure. Get your length of hose, put it on the bleeder valve, open up the valve, and just start pumping away. We're just trying to get all the fluid out of it. Makes it a lot easier when you pull it apart. Otherwise, everything gets slippery. It's not a lot of fun to deal with. All right, step number one, or two as it is to go ahead and remove the caps that cover up the pins that the brake pads ride on inside the caliper. Under the cap's going to be a couple of 5mm Allens. And the reason I'm doing it out here is the carrier holds the caliper in place instead of trying to do this on the teardown bench, which can be a little awkward. You don't want to pull the pins all the way out. Just go to the edge of the threads, but leave them in there. Next, we want to pull this little dust cover for the slider pin. And it is a, what is that? A 6mm Allen. Same thing. Just want to back it out, but don't remove it all the way. About right there. Next, we want to go ahead and remove the output hose, which runs up to our master cylinder with a 12mm wrench. That's actually a banjo bolt. You want to be careful not to lose the two crush washers that are here and here. Alright, last but not least, I want to remove the two 12mm bolts that attach the bracket to the hub. And once we get those two out, we can take it over to our teardown bench, and I'll show you how to remove the piston, and we'll take a look at the bore and the seals to see if it can be rebuilt or replaced. Couple more turns. And then off she comes. So let's head over to the teardown bench. Alright, now that we've got it off the machine, here's what I was talking about. That slider pin was right here, and now we've got it disconnected. So all we need to do is rotate the bracket up and then just slide it out. Alright, our other pins are loose, so we can push down, remove them. Now we can remove the brake pads. And that exposes our piston inside the caliper. To remove that, what we're going to do is take a shop towel and just lay it down in the cavity like that. Get a little bit of compressed air. Just cup your hands over it. Pow. Doesn't take much pressure. I didn't put a whole lot on that. But that will pop the piston out. And now, need to carefully bring it up. because they're hitting a lot of clearance there. Alright, once it pops out, go ahead and remove your shop towel and then just wiggle it the rest of the way out. Just like that. Alright, what you're going to see inside is an outer dust seal, which we're going to remove, and then the inner seal, which holds back all that hydraulic fluid and pressure. Alright, from here we're going to go ahead and clean it out. Dry it off. Alright, we have the caliper cleaned out. Everything's looking good. I don't see any pits in there. So I think we're clear to go ahead and replace the seals. Here are the two seals that we're going to need, and this is going to be the part number that you're going to need to contact us about at Partzilla.com. Fairly simple to do. We're just going in reverse of what I did earlier. I want to go ahead and put in the actual caliper seal first. Make sure it goes in flush. Don't want it to be bound up or rotated in there. That looks good. Next, we just want to get in the dust seal. And of course, it goes to the outside. Get in the groove, work it around. Like so. Now they're both in place. Alright, now with our piston seal and our dust seal in place, we just need to coat both of those down with some brake fluid. Doesn't take a lot. Then go ahead and coat down our piston. And then we need to slide the piston in place. With brand new seals, you're going to have to put a fair amount of pressure to get it to pop in. There you go. Alright, from here we want to go ahead and put on our bracket. And what you want to make note of is this little washer actually is concaved, so it's going this direction. So we want that facing toward the bracket. Be careful to not damage your upper seal. Alright, at this point, you just want to get it a little over hand tight, and we'll do the final torque once it's on the machine. Just enough to hold it together. Alright, from here, we want to go ahead and get our pads in place. Make sure your shim is on. Go ahead and put your pins through. And keep in mind there's a spring down there, so you're going to have to push down on them. To get it to go through. Once again, you don't have to get them but hand tight, because like I said, we're going to do the final torque with it on the machine. The machine does a lot better job of holding it than I do out here on the teardown bench. Spread open the pads. And now she's ready to go. So let's head over to the machine. Alright, let's get our caliper mounted back to the machine. Want to make sure that you've got your brake pads spread apart where they'll clear over the rotor. And just slide her into place. Then you just have your two 12mm bolts that mount the carrier to the plate. Can be a little tricky to get them lined up, especially that first one. Then get the one at the bottom. Alright, it's time to get our hose put back on. Remember to have your crusher washers in there. One at the bottom, one at the top. Like so. Once again, not too tight. Alright, it's important now to go back and get all your pins tightened down. Because remember, they were just hand tight before. And that slider. Alright, get your dust cap back in place. That way you'll keep all the dirt and water out of that pin. Then replace our caps. Now with everything snugged down, all that's left is just to bleed the brakes. Pretty simple procedure. Fill up your reservoir, go through the process, opening and closing your bleeder valve, and be sure you get all the air out of it, and then do the other side as well. If you have any air, it's going to be spongy and they're not going to respond the way they should. So make sure you get all the air out of the system. Well, that's it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you need any of these products or parts, come see us at Partzilla.com. Thank you.